Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Pauline Verzosa. The Philippine Air Force will continue conducting maritime patrols over the West Philippine Sea. This despite China's implementation of their no trespassing rule in South China Sea. The controversial rule took effect on Saturday, June 15. Under this, China will detain any foreigner entering their claimed territory for up to 60 days without trial. Despite this threat, the Philippine Air Force still insisted on their duty of patrolling our exclusive economic zone, or EEZ.
We're of guarding and protecting our airspace to include our territorial waters and our exclusive economic zones. So magpapatuloy po ang pagpapatrolya ng ating Philippine Air Force pag kinakailangan.
Meanwhile, the Group of Seven, or G7, condemned China's harassment of our vessels in the West Philippine Sea. The G7 expressed opposition of any unilateral attempt to change the status quo by force or coercion in the region. The G7 consists of Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the UK, and the US. Philippine and U.S. troops conducted a live fire exercise off the coast of Ilocos Norte. This is part of their annual Marine Aviation Support Activity, or MASA, which is ongoing until June 21st. Soldiers used ground-based artillery to engage staged maritime targets located in waters. According to drill leaders, the exercises focused on enhancing their counter-landing capabilities.
Counter landing means we need to prevent them from landing in our beaches. So we use our artillery to prevent these landings. The target took the form of an amphibious ship trying to go inward to our beaches.
The National Privacy Commission is looking into reported cyber attack on Robinson's Land and Toyota Motor Philippines. Here's an excerpt from the interview of NPC Chief of Compliance and Monitoring Rainier Milanes on the big story.
Exactly how many accounts were compromised? How many companies are we talking about here?
Yeah, so according to the report, actually there's two reports for Toyota, which we received from our data breach notification and management system. For entities like personal information controllers, they have to report personal data breaches within 72 hours from the moment of discovery. So, as an old in an old report to us in February 14, Toyota Makati affected 7,000 customers. Details affected are name, contact details, address, civil status. Toyota Motor Philippines reported to us last May 14 about the personal data breach concerning 120,000 users. Some of the items or personal data that's been compromised are usernames, telephone numbers, date of birth, age. And then Robinson's Land reported to us last June 3, affected customers of their app is 107,000 customers, and compromised data are usernames, login credentials, email, mobile numbers, date of birth, and gender.
Do the companies have to have a system that is approved by the NPC or not necessarily? And what happens once they report to you? I understand you're still investigating what happened, right? So how does the process really all work out?
So actually, as your personal data privacy regulator, we require that all entities processing personal data appoint a data protection officer. So the data protection officer is the one who is accountable or responsible for having implementations of security measures like organizational, technical, and physical security measures in order to protect personal and sensitive personal information that they process. So in this day and age of digitalization, and everything is getting digitalized, and we are in cyberspace, a lot of cyber crimes is really rampant nowadays, and it's It's always a question of when and never a question of who or why or how.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other headlines. The Philippine Star reports that 21 of 22 Filipino seafarers rescued from a Houthi attack in the Red Sea are expected to arrive in the Philippines today. Search operations, meanwhile, are underway for Filipino crew missing who is believed to be trapped in the engine room. Houthi rebels attacked MV Tudor on June 12, the third attack on a ship manned by Filipino seafarers since last year. And the Bangko Sentral sees the recent peso weakness as temporary amid the expected delay in the U.S. Federal Reserve's policy easing. According to Business World, the peso closed at 58 and 65 centavos per dollar on Friday, weakening by 7 centavos from its finish on Thursday. BSP Governor Eli Remolona Jr. earlier said that the peso's recent performance is a case of a strong dollar amid tensions in the Middle East. The Muslim community in the Philippines celebrated Eid'l Adha, or the Feast of Sacrifice. Eid'l Adha is an important Muslim tradition that signifies the end of Ramadan, or Eid'l Fitr. Thousands of Muslims in Manila gathered and prayed in Quirino Grandstand yesterday. Meanwhile, Muslims in Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, or BARM, went to the Bangsamoro Government Center in Cotabato City. In leading the ceremony there, BARM Chief Ahod Ibrahim gave tribute to those who sacrificed their lives to achieve peace in BARM. Malacanang earlier declared today as a regular holiday for Eid'l Adha.
Ang mga sakripisyong ito ay isa sa mga naging pundasyon ng ating malakas na pananampalataya at sa kapayapaan na tinatamasa natin ngayon. We must remember that the road to everlasting peace and sustained development in the Bangsamoro is long and arduous, requiring many sacrifices, time, finances, and resources.
Not a bridesmaid anymore. The Meralco Bolts finally captured their first PBA title last night. In the nail-biting Game 6, Meralco and San Miguel were still tied at 78 with 3.3 seconds left after a huge triple by June Mar Fajardo. But Chris Newsom swiftly ended the tie and wrapped the Philippine Cup Finals with this clutch game-winning basket. The final score, 80-78. Newsom bagged the Finals MVP award after leading Meralco with 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block. A Filipina archer secures a spot in the Summer Paralympics in Paris. This is indeed a testament that her disability is not a hindrance to representing our country in an international competition. Mobile Journal Denise Valdez Sancho has the story.
It's Pinoy Pride all over Paris at bibida dyan ang 55-year-old para-archer para sa 2024 Paralympics. Kilalanin natin siya. Sasalang sa 2024 Paralympic Games sa Paris ang tubong kalinga na si Agustina Bantilok. Yan ay matapos niyang maabot ang minimum qualification standard and qualifying sa pamamagitan ng Bipartite Commission invitation. Pero bago ito, her journey goes way back.
Dati nang may archery dito sa Baguio, pero meron na po yung mga yung mga parang local laro ng mga ng archery. So may nakilala po kaming isang dating archer din na si Coach Tampuan na kaibigan ng mga may kapansanan. So doon parang nagkaroon siya ng idea na subukan yung para archery na sa amin.
Taong 2011 nang makuha niya raw ang kanyang big break internationally during the SEA Games in Indonesia. Ngayon, 13 years na siya sa napiling larangan. Pero hindi pala archery ang first love ni Agustina.
Yes, kasi 2003 is Philippine team na ako, pero ako ay isang powerlifter hanggang 2009. Nagbukas ang pintuan ng archery sinubukan natin at parang ito na yun kasi unang-una is tiga rito yung aming coach. Kaya parang mas naging madali para sa akin ang mag-training ng archery.
Mula sa buhatan ng mabibigat na barbell. Ngayon, pagbabalanse naman ng bow and arrow ang focus niya. Pero sports actually came later in her life at ito ay matapos makilala ang asawa. Late bloomer man pero sobra ang pasasalamat ni Agustina sa oportunidad na makapaglaro.
Actually, kaming mga may kapansanan, hindi naman, kumbaga meron din kaming kakayahan. Yun nga lang at kuminsan hindi lang napapansin. Pero ngayon na nagbukas yung sport sa amin, malaking tulong ito sa amin kasi nung nagbukas yung sport dito kami nabigyan ng pagkakataon na mapasama sa sa ating komunidad.
Sa kabila ng lahat, naniniwala si Agustina na kung gusto mo ang isang bagay, lahat gagawin mo para dito. At ito ang paniniwalang bitbit niya hanggang Paris.
Siyempre masaya ako dahil na parang naabot ko na yung gusto kong maabot at saka nagpapasalamat tayo din sa Diyos dahil pinakinggan yung ating dasal.
Let us all wish our athletes a big good luck for the upcoming Paris Olympics and Paralympics. At tulad ng hindi nila pagsuko para sa bayan, may we always support them through thick and thin. Mobile Journal Denise Valdesancho po, hatid ang mukha ng balita.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Pauline Verzosa. We are One News.